Hi YouTube, this is Marshall Dion here, and in one of my previous videos I showed you how to put grip tape on a skateboard deck. If you haven't watched the last video of it, I'll show you what I was talking about. That video took a little longer than I expected, so I had to edit it together so it doesn't get past 15 minutes. So this video here is going to be a little more shorter because we're going to be putting on the trucks. The trucks is one of the most important parts of the skateboard because it's used to connect the deck and the wheels together. So, before we put on the trucks, you're going to need to know about the parts of it. And this part here is the hanger, because the hanger is used to put your wheels there in the axle parts right here. And you got to have a base plate, which is used to put it together to connect to the deck. Now, you gotta have bushings right here and here, because you gotta need them to connect the hanger and the base plate together, and you gotta add a lock nut and a couple of washers right here, or they're just called shields to actually put them in place. And to connect the truck to the deck, you gotta have this kind of hardware. And I got this hardware at Ace because it's less expensive than those hardware from those big name brand hardware companies for skateboards. So it will save you a lot of money. If you feel like you need some new hardware, you could go down to your local hardware store and check it out. Just make sure you bring a piece with you to make sure it matches. Especially the part of a multi-purpose tool, which is right here. Because I'm going to be using this to put it together. My main is to put the trucks together. So, and if optional, you can also put on these riser pads. The riser pads are put on right underneath the base plate to, so your board won't get bitten from the wheels, or as we call them, wheel bites. So, I'm gonna have to step back a little bit because I need to show you how to put it together, and I gotta get a good angle. First, just grab a base plate and at least a couple of nuts. That way, so you can put them right underneath the deck. And just drop one. I'm just gonna pick that up real quick. I'll just put it on the table for a minute and just put this nut on first. I gotta put the bolt through. Just want to make sure it's lined up perfectly. Now, gotta probably put at least a finger underneath here to hold that bolt in place while you put the nut in. Just twist it around with your fingers for a bit. You won't want to adjust them right now, just so we could get a hold on it. And let's put a nut on the other side. We could like to go cross way because it'll help hold it in one on both sides instead of just on one. If you can't see this quite clearly, it's just that I'm using a webcam instead of a regular camcorder because it'll save me a lot of battery power on it. So I'm gonna do the same to the other side now. Yeah, it could be a little tricky at first. This is it's a little difficult. Okay. You see? You see right here? Okay, now this is the part where we use the tool. I'm gonna stand up and I'll just put my foot on the chair for a bit and I'll show you how it's done. Okay, just make sure the Phillips head end here on this part here goes right here, and you make sure that this part goes right into one of these nuts here. Just try to hold, just make sure you hold the screwdriver in place while twisting it in. Alright, now they're completely tightened. So you won't be able to get that so they don't shake as much. And you want to make sure you always keep, make sure you use the tool here to tighten them down, or if you just want to loosen them, depending if you want to make good turns or with loose trucks, or you just like to take it easy and just go with tight trucks. And especially when going downhill. So if you couldn't be able to see what I was doing, I apologize. It's a little hard to do it at night, and it's pretty difficult doing this with a webcam instead of an actual camera. So in the next video, I'll show you how to put the wheels together, put them right on the board on the trucks, and also put bearings in them. Okay. So until then. See you around.